I created a house in the void. How do how do I get to this video? How? What led me here? What led me to the blue void? Right. Well, it started. The story starts with me thinking that I was gonna do this in survival. So I ventured out and got some sand, because usually most of my builds include a lot of glass and a lot of wood. So this is me gathering some sand for my build. And then secondly, you need wood, a lot of wood. So this is me grabbing a ton of wood. Um, and for this specific video, I got to the void by getting to the nether. And if you're gonna go into the nether, you need uh, golden armor. Now you may be asking why you need golden armor, right? Diamond is better, but gold keeps the piglin off of you. So if you don't want to be randomly attacked by piglin, wear some gold. It don't matter how much. You can just wear one part. So wear some gold for safety. And again, before you go into the nether, you want to have how do I say this? You want to have at least one piece of gold on you. So I have some golden boots, like you can see in this right there. Yeah, you see that? Golden boots. That's enough to keep piglin off me. That's really important. Too many times have I died with a piglin attacking me randomly, and I didn't know back then when they were first a thing, right? Now, when I got to the nether, this was a crucial point of the video. I had forgotten, because of the series, right, that we were right next to one of the piglin. I don't know what it's called. I forget what the base of their thing is called, but you get the point. We're next to it. So I decided maybe I just kind of dig around over here, try to get out, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go up. I'll go up. I'll build up. I'll get a ladder, and I'll start kind of making my way up. So that's what I did. I made my way up, trying to find a good space to initially create a house in the nether. That's what I was going for initially. Little did I know, right? So I kept digging up, but I went into creative at this point, because it wasn't really realistic with how far up I had to go, and I had broken into the nether. Had broken into the void at this point, and my plans to make a house in the nether were no longer that was just no longer the case. I mean, look at this. Once you're here, how could you just not do it, make a house in the void? That's what I was thinking, and that's how this video came to be. So yeah, enjoy the rest. The audio file that went with this, with most of the recordings for the visuals of the gameplay, unfortunately corrupted. Oh, actually, it didn't corrupt. It's just really silent for some reason, and I was afraid that if I published it, it would be too loud, because I had to put it at 1,000 times what it usually would be, and I didn't want to do that. So I thought the easiest choice was just to narrate the rest of the video, since I've been narrating this whole time anyway, type of thing, Anyway, I was just wandering around the void when I noticed that, hey man, there's mushrooms up here. I never knew that. This is how would it even, I don't understand. If anybody knows why this is, why there's just mushrooms in the void, let me know, because this was really odd. I didn't expect not just one type either. It was brown and red mushrooms. That really threw me for a loop. I genuinely thought that I was losing my mind. Maybe I was recording too much, or I was been playing Minecraft too much. I don't know, man. It really threw me for a loop, Anyways, that was a little bit of a side quest, Following this, I was like, if we're gonna create this house, I want it to be a decent size, and I want the base to be an oak wooden base. So that's what I'm doing right here, creating an oak wood base. You would notice that I'm just laying out the outline. It's something I usually like to do so that I know the dimensions of the house, basically. ran short of oak logs right there. And yeah, if you would notice, I'm doing this in survival right now, right? I was fully intending to do the rest of this build in survival, but this freaking warthog thing, I still don't know what it's called, it just showed up, and I was like, bro, how would you even, did it spawn, did it climb the ladder, you know? So I was like, no, I'm not doing this in survival. I don't want to die right here. It would be pretty dumb to just, you know, it would be pretty up to say the least, to die to this, you know, this piece of yeah, it's not worth it. So I changed to creative, and I went over here, and I was like, you know, maybe if I put down a trap door, this problem would cease to exist. So I did. In the corner of your eye, you could see purple trapdoors. Sorry, I kind of might have cut too much out there, but it's okay. So I fill in the base of the house, just filling it in as a man would, you know. Yeah, this is things are going good, you know. So I'm gonna take a little short sabbatical from my narrative. So enjoy some music with this with the building for a little bit, and I'll be back to explain more. Hey, for you guys, it's gonna be like maybe a few seconds, but I took a bit of a break. Anyway, I'm back. So I concluded filling up the base of my house, and then went ahead and created bamboo doors to start with, and some glass. Well, the glass I already had. That stuff I got legit, but I mean, going into creative was probably the best idea I had for this video, to be honest. I'm happy with what I ended up. I wanted blue warped logs, I think these are called. I don't know, man. Watch this. Every single time I lined up and went back, look at right here, right? Sorry, I cut it out. But anyway, I kept going one brick too much type of thing. Anyway, it is what it is. And I finished filling up the top of the house, the roof of our house at least, with the blue warped wood. And once that was pretty much done, I decided to look at the house a little bit to see how it looked, you know. So once I'm done with this, okay, yeah, there you go. I head out and I look at it and I'm like, oh, you know what, this is pretty cool, but I think if I have a sort of border, which was also kind of blue, holding it up, it will look really cool. So that's what I did. I added in a border on, like, in the corners, because I wanted this house to look nicer than the one we created for the end. If you guys haven't seen that, you guys should watch it. It's a pretty good video. It should be one of the videos in my list if you guys want to check out my channel. If you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe. And then looking at this, I remember I was like, what was I doing, bro? I need to change this into blue warped stairs as well. So that's what I went ahead and I did. And I changed this temporarily to blue warped doors. Well, at least I think that's what it's called. It was the bluish door that kind of matched the vibe, you know. Oh, it is a warp door. Okay, cool. Warp door. Damn, that's a pretty cool name for an object. All right, as you can see, it's coming together pretty nice, if I do say so myself. I decided to add in and complete all the stairs around. A few mistakes right there. Went ahead and I fixed that, and I kept doing this until I completely finished the whole bottom, and then I decided to add it to the top, lopsided, kind of upside down type of thing, to make it look like a would-be kind of gutter situation, I guess, for a house. I'm not really sure, but it ended up looking really cool. I assume this is something that people usually do anyways. But look at this freaking creature, man. The same warthog thing just kind of spawned in, which is crazy to me. I don't... Okay, now for a fact, I know that it just spawned in. Does it spawn in because I'm here? Is that why? Or is it because I built, like, I made that hole right there, so now just things spawn here, you know? This is just, that part's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I decided to, I think, create, oh yeah, I changed the trapdoors right here, to blue warped trapdoors, I think. Yes, I did. Look at, nice. Blue warped trapdoors. The nice thing about this is when I'm in survival, I can actually come here. Because I created a great way to come up here with ladders and everything. And I have a trapdoor. Just add another trapdoor right there. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Nice, my guy. And then I remember I thought that looked kind of ugly, so I just replaced that with blue warped wood as well. Nice. And then I thought, why not? Why don't I just pave it, you know? So I went ahead and I paved the path from the trapdoor to the house. Added a little bit of much needed, well, it was a nice touch actually. Now it kind of looks like a Wizards of Oz kind of thing, which is kind of crazy, but this is a light post that I created. It's the same light post I added for the SMP or MP server for Forever MP. Watch that series if you guys haven't. It's pretty cool. Added in the torches. Kind of lit up the place a little bit more. Added torches to the exterior of the house. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna skip the rest of the filling for the exterior so that you guys could look at the interior. That's what I'm gonna do so that this video isn't too long either. So once that was done, I finished up the glass and I decided, if you guys don't know, if you place a bed in the nether it explodes. I wanted to see if that's true for the void, because technically we're still in the nether, let's be real. So I placed a bed and boom, it did in fact explode. And for some reason, once it exploded, and after I kind of got rid of the fires, this is me getting rid of the fires. It took a little bit of time because I had to like put out a few of them, and then the rest kind of just died off by themselves. Yeah, and then I guess the explosion caused piglin to spawn. I don't know, but there's people, there's like piglin over here with the trapdoors are closed, by the way. You see that? There's piglin running around with gold swords and gold armor. I mean, look at this guy with his sword. Zombie pigman, maybe? And then look at this guy with his freaking golden armor, chest plate, and golden sword. Crazy. I learned my lesson. Don't try to sleep. Even in the void, it still explodes. It's just like the end. It's just like the nether, you know? Decided to light up the place a little bit more. So I added some more torches wherever I could. I also added lanterns, so that kind of helped too. Placed torches on either side like this, because I noticed that they weren't lit up. And then that kind of significantly increased the amount of light inside, so that made me happy. Now that was done, it was down to the bed creating process. Since we cannot use a bed, I had to make do with some other kind of contraption to use as a bed, you know? I mean, what you gonna do, not sleep the whole time you're here? So at first I thought maybe I'll just make a stage kind of thing with, you know, like a wooden planks, wooden bed. It'd be horrible for you. Actually, fun fact, hard surfaces are good for your back because it lines up all of the bones in your skeleton and your spine. Most people don't know that, but it's actually better to sleep on a hard surface. Yeah, so this is me calculating where the bed would be because I wanted to be right in front of the door. Okay, that looked pretty good as is, and then I thought I'd add some stairs, and it ended up being just like that, you know, like a crevice that you kind of like climb into. But it didn't look too bad. I mean, I know what it's for, so I know it's a bed. I won't. Yeah, it does look a little weird, but yeah, I decided to go with this instead. And there we go. We got a bed. Once we got the bed, I thought of creating a library with an enchantment table and such, you know, the usual shtick. So I went ahead and I installed the library, just a few bookshelves over here, and then I filled in the space, basically. So in this next flip, in 3, 2, 1, boom. There you go, completed library. Nice. And I added in the finishing touch, which was an enchantment table right in the center. And that was complete. Once that was done, I wanted an anvil, so I added the anvil. Added in, yeah, I wanted it in the corner, so I just put it right there on top of that blue warped wood plank. Now that that was done, I wanted a crafting table, so I added a crafting table in there too. Thought that was pretty cool, and I added in some art to make it homey. That's funny. The spacing was weird, so I changed it and I added it right there. Nice. That painting is called The Void, so I thought that was really cool. And yeah, the finishing thing was just the stand that you use to read books or write books and stuff. So that, and then I got the hanging sign to name our beautiful house in the void. Once that was done, I placed the stand right next to the enchantment table on the side. Nice. And once that was done, by the way, I changed the doors to iron doors so that Piglin can come in, but I realized here that I needed stone like buttons on the inside to get out, so that's what I did. I installed stone buttons as well. And once that was done, I placed them on either side so both doors had a way for me to use them. Boom, it worked. And there we go. Just like that. That's our house in the void. And now all that's left was to name it. Decided to put it on the like post and named it the Blue Void. The Blue Void. Look at how beautiful that is. Lit it up nicely as well. And look at how nice it looks, guys. We did it. And this is the inside. I'll have a little cinematic of the inside and the outside at the end. Oh yeah, I also added in a little seating area in purple on the side, and I added in a little table as well, which is pretty cool. All you need for a table is a fence post, not a fence gate. That was a mistake. Not a fence gate. You need a fence post. So you'll probably see me mess up right here. Yep, not that. It's a fence. Yeah, there you go. Not a fence gate, fence post. Put that down, and then I made a mistake of putting this. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna just use a pressure plate. That's what I need. I completed this and I was like, oh, that's too big, so got rid of it. And I went for a pressure plate. It's perfect that you have the same color. And there you go. Pressure plate in place, seating area done, bed done, paintings done, lanterns done. It's pretty beautiful, don't you think? Nice. So that's about it. And well, that concludes our journey and our adventure for today. Well, it was less of an adventure, our creation. But welcome to the Blue Void. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really like how it turned out. I like the paved road. I like the house. I like the interior of the house is really cool as well. And it's really cool that I can get here in survival mode because I created a way to get here. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And outside of that, there's nothing else. So I hope you have a nice day.